Hello, everyone.
Hi,
Hi.
Khalid.
Hi.
So excited about this.
Steve.
Yeah, I think it's the first time I do a session that's specifically for me. I mean, the last time it was sort of by accident, right?
Well,
hmm
you were our wild card.
That was
I
the
was the
wild
wild
card for
card,
the
right?
reading in the dark, but this is
Yeah,
mini readings. Yeah, yeah.
yeah. I think I hijacked that reading a bit from you guys, right?
Well, you were our wild card and your name came out of the bag, so you had to,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Well, all right. So, okay, so there's no particular spread or anything. So whatever I choose will be based on my understanding of what's most suitable
Yeah.
for the questions. Now, it is called mini readings
Yes.
for a good reason. But I feel like we're a small audience, so we might have some leeway. But I promise Mandy and Shannon, I won't keep it too long. Okay.
Mini. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, so whoever wants to go first.
Anyone got a
Well, I
question?
have one.
Yes,
I
Kevin,
actually
go
do have
ahead.
one. I prepared. I prepared. Okay, I have a presentation on Thursday, and
Mhm.
it's presenting on my what I do, voice teaching to the teachers in the district. So I want to know the most important thing. What do I need to know going into it? What information should I know? Like what things to do and stuff like that. And then also like how's it going to come out in the long run?
Okay, in the long run. How's it gonna come out in the long run?
Yeah, because
Okay.
it might open
All right.
doors for me. I don't know. We'll see. Mhm.
Okay, good. All right. So, hmm. So I'm thinking maybe a three card spread for this would be good. First question, what do you need to know about the audience? And just tell me a little bit about the audience, just to have a better idea.
Yeah, they're as far as I know, it's only the choir teachers, but it's the choir teachers for our district. Our district has, and this is only Patreon that sees this, right?
No, no,
Yeah,
this
good.
one's
Okay.
everybody.
Oh, okay. Well, then I won't talk about the district specifically, but it's a big
Okay.
district with lots of teachers. So it'll be like choir music teachers that deal with singing. Mhm.
Choir music. Okay. All right. So one question that I think would be useful is, what do you need to know about, let's say, the collective tone or mindset of that audience that you'll be addressing? Right? What's going to
Awesome.
be most dominant in that kind of, yeah, and their perception, let's say, or in their expectations, right? Like what counts for them as like a great performance, how are they likely to perceive your performance?
I like it.
Um, yeah. Um, Second thing, all right. So what's the best thing you can do to uh, prepare a successful? Um, would it be considered like an audition, or just giving a talk, or like, I mean,
It's a presentation, a talk, but it
I
could
see.
also be something for more stuff in the future. So yeah, basically I'm doing a presentation on voice technique. So
Okay, so that presentation does include a demonstration, or it might.
yeah, of my teaching. Yes, the demonstration of my teaching. I'm gonna have a student come and they're gonna do some modeling and then I'll do correcting for them so they can see how I do it. Um, so yeah, for, kind of like I guess an audition for teaching. Yeah, for other opportunities.
Okay, an audition for teaching. All right. So yeah, another student's going to be involved in a demonstration. Okay. So you've already picked the student?
Yeah, he's actually. It's interesting. He's one of my. I've had him since he was in seventh grade. So he's in college now. He. I've had him for now. I had him 5.5 years. For about a half semester, he was a different teacher, and then yeah, and the last year he's been off at college. So we're close. It's someone I know well.
Okay. And you've chosen for him the song you want him to perform?
He's got one of the songs that is kind of like an introductory song, and he's pretty strong with. So probably not much tech issues, and then a little section of one of the songs that's really crazy tech that's difficult for him.
Right. Okay. And what's the age range of the students you teach?
I am in high school, And then the so upper level, because the other teachers that'll be there will also be from middle school as well.
Okay, all right. So the second question then I think will be like, mm, should you best tailor your presentation to deliver an impact on the audience, right? And then maybe the third will be, assuming you get like assuming you get selected for this job, how is it likely to how are you likely to feel about it in the long run? Okay.
Mhm.
Now, if you get this
Awesome.
job, when would it be starting?
Oh, it's not like a technically I already work in the district as an adjunct faculty. This is just as of right now a one-time presentation at like a district meeting, but hopefully I'll be able to go out and work in the other schools and help them with technique stuff in the future. So it's kind of like an opening of an opportunity, but not really a job, but just like maybe other
Okay.
stuff might come from it.
Right. So additional
Yeah.
schools you'll be working in and more techniques you can apply. And there's no like, is there a time limit on this job, or is it like renewable, or like?
No, my job is every year, just adjunct, so part-time job. It's like a gig. It'd be like a gig for Mandy and I when we're performing, kind of. Only it would be the teaching basis.
Right. So if they give you permission for these vocal techniques, then you won't have to kind of do a repeat kind of persuasion, right? That'll be it.
Yeah.
You can.
Yeah. Yeah, like I'll show them what I teach, and then and then I can go out in the community. I can hopefully go to their schools maybe and present it to their students as well. Stuff like that, getting my
All right.
specific technique out, kind of. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So it's not a repeated kind of deal. You just need to deliver this one demonstration involving your speech and a live demonstration by one of your students, the song that you picked. Okay. All right. So first question again, what do you need to know about the audience, their collective, the element dominating in their collective, let's say, attitude? Um, two, what's the best thing you can do to tailor your presentation for success? And three, assuming you get the permission you were seeking, how is the new type of work, likely to feel for you in the long run? All right. So here we go. 1, 2, 3. Here we go. Oh, this is interesting. Okay, so it's a bit tricky. I think they are gonna sense that you're really coming with something new and unfamiliar. Um, and it's like the energy is gonna be like, okay, let's hear what he has to say. But there's a certain level of reserve and guardedness with them. Um, Also, possibly, I think some of them might be worried that your approach might. I mean, is there any competition in this field,
I mean,
in this teaching field?
it's interesting because, well, as performers, like there's always competition in performing world and stuff like that. But in the teaching world, we all really try to be collegial and really work with each other. And I know, like, I'm comfortable in who I am and what I do. And for instance, I'm not a teacher that like holds the kid's hand. I'm not a teacher. I'm very caring, and I work very well with people who struggle. But I'm not like the Virgo teacher. I'm not that. I'm very much an air teacher. I let everybody do what they do, and just I conform to them. So I'm a very different kind of teacher than most people in my community. So I don't really have competition necessarily, but that's also because I also don't have a lot of students. I teach at schools rather than individuals. And so the competition aspect there is one because of I guess gaining students, but this is a big area and it's just I'm not out there yet. So this is hopefully something that will do that. But yeah, the other thing that might happen, I wouldn't say it's competition, but people have strong beliefs about vocal technique. And so what you kind of said there is like, so there might be some people who are like, I'm not really sure you're doing the right thing. And they may think it's not right, or they may just have an issue with it because they're just jealous or something like that. There might be something like that. Yeah.
So yeah, this card isn't showing a warm reception actually. It's showing like some amount of, okay, it's a bit difficult to put into words, but some kind of like, yeah, a guardedness, a guarded suspicion, a kind of, I'm gonna back off and just, kind of scrutinize what this guy is saying. But this posture is coming out of their insecurity. That's what's coming out of this card. It's coming out of their insecurity, and it's like, yeah, let's see what he has to say, and if he can back it up. Because they feel that if you really like got this opportunity, you might make a real impact on a wide audience and maybe take some of the limelight away from them. That is coming across from this card, right?
Cool.
So yeah, there is that element. It's like I feel like there's not enough of a sense of community among the teachers. Not enough of a sense of community among the teachers, right? So everyone will be kind of going into the meeting with their own bring in their own kind of jadedness, and their kind of very self-centered experience of teaching, right? And so they're gonna be judging you not so much from an objective perspective as from an emotional one.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I do see people feeling threatened and feeling like you might be potentially encroaching on their turf or making them look kind of less advanced than you. Okay. So that's something you need to take into account. So you got the 5 of Swords. Right?
At first I thought it was the 4 of Coins, but then at the end I was like, oh, it's probably the 5 of Swords.
Yeah. So unfortunately, there's not much like feeling or compassion here. It's just kind of like, yeah, the mindset is competition, and yeah, I feel like the guy is with the 5 swords is you on the stage, and how like their perception of you, like he's taking away things that should more properly belong to us,
That's neat.
Yeah. So that's definitely something you need to, keep in mind. They're not coming, I mean, the majority of them at least, they're not coming in this meeting in a community spirit. Okay?
Yep. Okay.
So the second part, okay, what should you do to tailor your presentation so that it has the maximum chance of success? Oh, this is interesting. Okay. Oh, okay. This is funny. Okay, so what I'm getting from this card is that you have, I'm not sure if I should say a tendency, but okay, once you get, that's it. Once you get passionate about a subject, there is a chance or there's an inclination in you to kind of talk about it in a very authoritative way, right? In a way that's like, hey, this is how it's like, and you need to know.
I tend to be a little bit bold, and I just kind of say things and don't realize that I might not be.
yeah, like you'll be in your element. Like you can be in your element and be like, "This is how it is, people. Okay, you need to catch up." You know, like, um, and
Hmm.
I feel like that. Yeah, that's a bit of a risky way of communication. Again, this is a swords card. Okay.
Hmm.
Um, and again, a solitary figure, right? Again,
Hmm.
this is coming across as you. Um, so what I'm getting is that there's a tendency to be like once you're caught in the moment of like talking and expressing, you might go in a didactic. Sorry, it's like didactic. That's it. That's it. That is, I think,
Hmm.
what might rub them off the most. Any kind of hint of being didactic, like you need to know how to do your job better, right?
Ah,
So
yeah,
a
yeah,
lot
yeah.
of
Hmm.
yeah. So any element in your presentation that might kind of make them feel that they're behind the times, you
Hmm.
know,
Yeah, that makes sense.
that needs to be like cleverly camouflaged.
Hmm.
I don't think
Yeah, it makes total sense
you
because
should yeah.
yeah, I have to come from rather because it's different, and we talked about that in our reading as well. Like my methods are different. They that I think if I come from the idea of which is the way I want to come from is I'm here to help you guys. Please holler at me if you need me, stuff like that. More I need to come from it that way, so that way I'm not like
Yeah.
and make sure I'm not like talking over people.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Don't talk over people. Be kind of شوية theatrically modest. Be theatrically modest and like selfie facing like that, like, oh, it's all about the ideas, it's not about me.
Yeah.
And
Exactly. Mm.
yeah, be like it's as if like uh make them feel like you discovered something and it's just new to you and you're so excited about it and you want to put it out there. But don't communicate strongly this feeling that uh, yeah, this is a really advanced method, and we've been doing things, or you guys have been doing things like in a kind of behind the times kind of way, you know.
I see.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah. So what I got for you is a page of swords reversed.
Ah.
Okay.
Mm.
So a new message, and this page of swords in this deck, he's he looks much more kind of cocky and confident. I don't know if you can see it. Look at his face.
Yep. Oh yeah, he does.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like very. It was like I know what I'm talking about. I know what I'm doing. Not like as kind of not the Rider Waite one, like ah, la 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 la. Like yeah, yeah. There's a boldness there, which is great for like of an objective pursuit of new ideas. But if the audience is emotional
Mhm.
and not objective, and if they're kind of they don't have a community spirit, yeah, you
Mhm.
need to camouflage your message, and
Mhm.
so that it seems less didactic. Yeah, and less likely to make them feel like they're really really behind you.
Yeah. So less
So
didactic and more enthusiastic.
more, yes, less didactic, more enthusiastic.
And more
um
enthusiastic. Yeah.
yeah, don't make them feel like you've mastered this method, or that it's yours. I mean, it's something you've learned
Mhm.
from another source, right? Yeah. So focus on the
So some of it,
statistical.
yeah, it's meshed
Yeah.
together, and I will always
Mm.
go with the sources. Like part of it's from a teacher I had, other exercises are from other teachers, and some books
Mm.
and stuff. But then I've kind of synthesized it. But yeah, I see what you're saying. Is like I'm sharing this fun new knowledge, not that I'm
Yeah.
proselytizing my method.
Yeah. Yeah. Because I think because this audience, there's going to be a lot of people who are like kind of okay. It's a bit difficult to convey because there's something very specific in my mind. Um. Again, not objective and not necessarily vindictive, but just kind of maybe selfish, self-centered. You know. So they're not likely to feel very warm-hearted. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, maybe appeal to their emotions appeal to their
Yeah.
emotions. Five,
I think
emotional language.
what you're
Yeah.
saying, it makes sense because teachers don't want to be there because it's a training day. They want to be teaching their own stuff. They want to be working and preparing their own stuff. And so most of them are in that attitude of, okay, they're making us do this. I want to go work and I want to prep for my school. So that's probably kind of where they're coming from with that, like you're saying, with the selfish mindset. They're just, they want to do their job. That's where they're at.
Yeah. Yeah. That's it. Yeah. Okay. All right. So then we get to the last one. So assuming you get your way with this new teaching method, how is it likely to feel? How are you likely to feel about it in the long run? Damn. This is strong. Woo! Hallelujah.
Okay. Okay, good. I was like, oh no.
I mean, okay. This is like, okay. You, first of all, I think the mastery, the ability to actually teach it in a competent way is already there. Um, Once you get your foot through the door, you're just gonna establish your authority, like through the appeal of the new method and through your personal charisma. You're gonna probably attract an audience that's wider than you expect now. And your name is gonna be linked to this new approach, kind of welded together. So when people think of you, they're going to be thinking of that approach. So Kevin will be the teacher I go to for this new approach.
Awesome.
And your position will be secure. This is a super secure card, maybe the most secure card in the deck, you know. Very secure, authoritative. People will look up to you as an authority on this field. And they'll be attracted to it also because they'll feel like it really empowers them to okay, to assert themselves through the singing. You know what I'm saying? To assert themselves really and empower themselves through the singing. Okay. I got the emperor.
I love it.
Upright.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Awesome. That was good. That was a good reading.
I'm excited. I'm excited for you.
Yeah. That's very helpful.
So just know how to play the game. Just flatter their egos for that talk. Be very emotional and like, oh, sweetie.
I love it.
Khalid.
Yeah.
I sat here and I said to Dean, it's the emperor. It's the emperor. Right.
I was thinking, I was on the kings. I was like king of swords at first, and I was like, no, when you said secure, I was like, maybe king of pentacles. So I didn't even think of the emperor.
No, but they're all like military men. Did you notice? Yeah. They're all like, they all have swords. They're all men, and it's like, I feel like there's a very ambitious. There's an ambitious energy behind this.
I've been talking about the emperor today. Funnily enough, the emperor's been on my mind, and then when you were saying all that, I thought it's the emperor. It has to be the emperor. So, yeah. Wow.
Good. I hope you enjoyed that.
Where's your Saturn, Kevin?
Saturn was at, I actually know exactly where it's at. It's in 14 degrees Libra.
Does that tie in, Khalid, with anything? It just feels...
Interesting you say that. The speech is on the hour of Saturn.
Oh, that is interesting.
Why?
Well, yeah, I mean, because Saturn correlates with like positions of authority, often government, even teaching actually, as does Jupiter though. But I know Saturn is in your 7th house, but that means it rules. Hang on. Yes, it does. He has the natural zodiac kind of alignment because his rising sign is Aries. So Saturn rules the house of career, the 10th house in his case. So it is important. Rules Capricorn. Absolutely.
Yay!
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, it's,
I know.
it's great
Amazing.
that it's happening in Saturn's hour.
That's
Yep.
amazing.
I believe it
That's
is.
amazing.
Saturn's the lord of your 10th.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'll have a report later then.
Please, we're looking forward to it. Yeah. All right. So, who's next? Who's the next victim?
I've got one. If no
All
one
right.
else.
Yes, please. Yeah.
Mine is a little straightforward one, hopefully, but
Okay.
I've got to clear my conservatory to make it a better workspace for Gretel. There's a lot of stuff in there that
Okay.
cannot be thrown away. That's important stuff, but there's nowhere else in the house to put it. But it has to be somewhere weatherproof. Okay. So I've got two choices and I want to know which way I should go. So one of them is in my garden. I've got a sort of a place where the bicycles go. It's got a roof over it. And I was thinking one of my options is I could buy either a plastic or metal shed that sort of slots in under this roof, like where the bikes were. And, you know, I'm thinking if I bought this shed, it would be airtight and all that sort of thing if it was plastic or metal, and I can put all these things in it that I don't want any rain to get at it. I don't want any plants to grow in there, you know, like I mean, like with a shed you can get plants spreading. I don't want any little animals to get in there, anything like that. Or I actually have a little building next to it that needs to have a little bit of money spent on it. It's a proper solid sort of building, but it's just not been what's the word, updated for a long time. So it's not to make it into a living space or anything, it's just to make it weatherproof, this particular building. So I just want to know whether to go for the buying of the plastic shed and putting it in the bicycle shed. And I don't think that would be very attractive. A conservatory is like a sort of a building on the back of your house that's a bit like a greenhouse or something, you know.
So I'm just a bit confused about the building layout. So the bicycle shed is a part of the conservatory, or it's a separate part?
No, the bicycle shed is separate to the conservatory.
Right. Okay. So the building you're talking about is the conservatory, right?
No. Right. So the conservatory is literally right on the back of my house. It's like a room, with a kind of, it's not got a proper roof on it, but it's like a sort of, I'm not going to say it's a glass roof, but it's a sort of a fake glass roof on it. It's like a sort of like it is like a room on the back of my house, but at the moment it's just full of stuff. And Gretel's trying to do her jewelry out there, like a Florida room. I like the sound of that, Sharon. So I'm going to say yes, even though I've never heard of a Florida room before, right? But yeah, it's a kind of a makeshift room, but it is attached to the house, and you know, and it has got a proper cover on it and a door and windows and all that sort of thing. But at the moment it's just full of stuff, you know, and it would be
not an option.
It's a really nice place for Gretel to work if I could get all this other stuff out of there. So in the garden, away from the conservatory, there's the bicycle. I'm not even going to call it a shed because it hasn't even got a door on it. But it's got a roof on it. So so I would put a shed inside it, which might not look very nice, but at least I could put the stuff into this shed, or I could actually spend the money on fixing up the actual building that's in the garden. It's a building that's in the garden that needs a bit of money spending on it to make it weatherproof.
Okay. All
yeah.
right.
So I don't know whether the stuff would be more secure in the building, which and getting it repaired, or by buying a shed and putting it where the bikes go, buying a plastic shed.
So at this stage, the conservatory is not an option.
Well, the conservatory is already there, and the conservatory's got all the stuff in it, and poor Gretel, who's trying to do her jewelry, surrounded by all this other stuff. And it would just be, she could spread out a whole lot more and just be a lot more efficient if I could put this other stuff that is being housed there, if I could put this all somewhere else. And I just feel like two options.
But do you think it's feasible, like, for you to find some way to clear the conservatory so that it could be free for Gretel to use?
Yeah, all I've got to do is just move the stuff out of there, but the stuff has got to be put somewhere. There's money not being spent on the conservatory. It's just I need the space now so that Gretel can work more efficiently, and she can see, you know, she's, you know, if you saw where she's having to work, it's not ideal, and she wants to get like a proper jeweler's bench and things like that, and there's nowhere really to put it because there's just all this other stuff.
Got it. Okay, so we're looking at three options. One is sticking with the conservatory but clearing all the extra clutter out of it, right? It's
not really clutter. That's the thing, though. It's not really clutter. It's not stuff that can be thrown. It's stuff that has to be kept in a dry place. You know, it needs somewhere that it can be stored safely. It's not clutter. I mean, a bit of it might be clutter, but most of it isn't. It's costumes and things like that. And
so I won't include that in the option then. All right. So I'm just going to be asking about the enhanced bicycle shed. Okay.
Yes.
And then this other building, you might call it an outhouse. This other building.
Well, it's like a shed that is already there in the garden, but it's got a proper floor. It's got a proper roof. It's just a little bit in need of a bit of renovation to make it weatherproof.
And it's independent, it's standing independently, right?
Kind of, yeah. It's attached. The bicycle part is right next to it. It's kind of they share the roof, right?
Okay. And that building, is it made of brick?
No, it's got a concrete floor, and then it's wooden, but it's more solid than just a shed. It's not like a sort of it's not like a kind of no, it's not made of brick. It's not brick. It's made of wood, but it's also got plasterboard inside it and things like that. It's quite solid, but it needs some repair to make it weatherproof.
Got it. Okay.
I wouldn't put the stuff out there in it now. Put it that way. Right. The stuff. If I put it in this out there now, the stuff is going to get ruined.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So, so this or that. I'm gonna make it a this or that, but without significators. Okay.
Yeah.
So the first one will be the bicycle depository enhanced.
Yeah.
Okay, somehow, maybe with a plastic covering. And the second option will be that building that needs some money to be spent on it so that it can actually properly shelter Gretel while she works.
Yes.
Okay. So.
Well, it's not sheltering Gretel. No, it's sheltering all the stuff I've moved out of the conservatory. It's storing things that I've got a load of stuff being stored in the conservatory where Gretel is working, and I need.
Yes, I understand, but you did say that a lot of it cannot be moved.
At this point, it can't be moved because she has nowhere safe to put it where it won't be destroyed. She wants the conservatory free for Gretel.
Yeah.
Right, got it. Okay, I got it.
Okay, and I want the stuff to be very safe where I move it to. And at the moment, right now, I've got nowhere to move it to. But if I bought a plastic shed for the bicycle shed, or if I spent money on this other small sort of building to make it weatherproof, then I just want to be sure that my stuff is safe in one of those.
Okay, got it. Okay, all right. So I guess there are many like possible pros and cons. Okay. Let's see what's the shortest way of doing this. Okay. Um, I am not seeing this as it's hard to reduce to less than a 6 card reading. Are you okay with that? I think we have time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you mind if I just turn my camera off for a minute? Is that all right?
No,
I am here.
No, that's fine.
Thank you.
Yeah. All right. All right. So for the first option, I'm going to ask the same set of questions for the two options. The first option, the bicycle shed to be enhanced with something to give it like proper, thorough shelter, right? So for that option, what is the biggest disadvantage? Then what is the greatest advantage? And then finally, considering these two factors, what is the likely verdict? You know, how satisfied would you be with the choice you've made on behalf of Gretel? Okay, if you went with the first option, and then the same three questions for the building that needs to be again enhanced, repaired, built up so that it can serve as a proper shelter for the objects that are cluttering Gretel's conservatory. Okay. All right. And just to make sure that I have this right, you're also considering the bicycle storage area, like you're considering extending it just to house the extra stuff from the conservatory, or possibly also to make it like an actual working place for Gretel so that she moves from the conservatory.
No, the whole project, this particular project is just so that there is no stuff being stored in the conservatory, so that Gretel has the conservatory as her workspace. She can spread out. She can. The conservatory is a really good place for Gretel to be. If I can get all the other stuff out of there into a place where it can be stored and it can be secure.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So we're okay. All right. So here we go. The biggest disadvantage, the biggest advantage, the overall verdict.
Yeah.
Oof, this is a very long shuffle. It just sometimes happens. My hand's not saying stop. All right, now it's saying stop. Okay, the bicycle storage area. Oh. This is interesting. Okay, this is going to be the weirdest interpretation of this card probably I've ever heard.
Can't wait to hear this. Yeah.
So the biggest disadvantage with going with that idea is that it would leave you less space to store bicycles. I think that's
This is true, though. This is spot on true. I do feel that I'm sacrificing something by going with that option. So,
but
yeah.
do you see that? These are the two handlebars of the bicycle.
Yeah. That's hilarious.
It's gonna hurt your heart.
Yeah.
Oh my god! It's like the first thing I saw when I saw it's like bicycle. You know.
Oh my god, that's so funny.
That's the biggest disadvantage. Okay, all right. It's not the end of the world though. All right, biggest advantage. Oh, this is interesting. The biggest advantage. Hmm. Okay, this is a bit tricky. So we got the hermit reversed. Okay.
Oh.
Mm, I don't think. Okay, even if you added something to it, I don't think it can serve as proper shelter. The bicycle option. It's just sort of like mm, bit old and faded, and like together it wouldn't work well, and it would seem kind of like yeah, it would feel like a bit like patchwork.
Yeah.
And it's like, how old is this? How old is this storage area?
Well, the area itself
Mm,
is, I've no idea because it was there when we bought the house, but I would imagine it's pretty old. But
mm,
I'd buy a new shed to put inside it. So
mm,
the actual place where everything's being stored would be completely new.
mm.
Um,
I mean, the message that's coming here is just like old and tired. You know,
oh,
um, it's not that much of an advantage, except maybe that it wouldn't cost as much. It wouldn't cost as much. Like the spareness of the spareness of his garb, his thriftiness in general, it wouldn't cost as much
yeah.
as the other one, but not enough refuge. That's what I'm getting. Okay, not enough refuge.
Maybe there wouldn't be enough room to actually store
Mm,
everything that needs to be stored because it would have to be a pretty small shed to fit in this space.
mm,
And maybe I, like, despite the fact that that is doable, maybe I just still would not be able to get everything out of the conservatory, so it might not serve the purpose, you know.
yeah, yeah. Just interesting that a strong card came up. I mean, reverse, but still a strong card. Pretty dramatic.
Mm.
Oh, okay. Okay. Now this is something that makes sense to me. I think if you went with that option,
Yeah.
mm, okay, you could get some amount of the stuff out, but not enough to make Gretel feel like she is has enough space in that room to enter that zone, that really creative zone, where she can
Right.
tap into that energy. You know, she'd still feel, it still feel kind of cluttered and just kind of confined. You know, like she wouldn't have easy access to that wellspring of ideas because around her it wouldn't feel so comfortable. Like
Okay.
she needs a place of, I think this is why it came up, she needs a place of proper isolation. I would say to the point where, I mean, the less she hears, actually, even the less noise she hears from you, from everyone else in the house, the better. The less
Right.
interruption, the less noise, you know.
I
She
love
needs to
that.
really, really sink into a zone that's her own. And there wouldn't be enough room. Like, you would still have stuff to remove for her to have that kind of, oh, okay, now I have enough space here so I can withdraw into the space inside me, you know? So yeah,
Lovely.
that really matters. That really matters you know, for inner space, for any work that involves like inner
I
space.
love that
Okay.
interpretation. Yeah.
Yeah. So, ultimate verdict. Okay. So it's something like you can get away with, but like still you'll feel like, it's kind of like, okay, a, a victory in the sense of, yeah, you didn't manage to get something better, you know? Like Seven of Swords upright.
Oh, yeah, 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 yeah,
Okay. So it might feel like a crafty solution, but it's not an ideal solution. It's
yeah.
like a crafty solution um, that would work because maybe at present we have no means to go for the better one, because the
It's
odds
like
aren't in
it's
our
an
favor.
improvement, but it's not totally doing the job. That yeah.
Yeah, I
Okay.
don't think it is. No. So the building, the small shed. Okay, the biggest disadvantage. Oh, okay. It does look like it needs a lot of repairs.
Oh, this is
Hmm.
what I was worried about.
Yep. And there's no. Remind me. Did you say there's wood in there?
Yeah.
Okay, so is the wood though part of the, what do you call it? Is it at the foundation? Is it in the roof or is it at the sides?
Well, it's like beams. It's like the structure are kind of like wooden beams, and then the
Yeah.
outside is like wooden.
Mhm.
Would you say it's mainly wooden? That the shed next to the bike shed. Yeah, it's mainly
Yeah.
wooden, but it is solid. But you can see holes. So you can sort of see certain holes that need patching up, and that and they need to be done really securely if
Yeah.
I'm going to store these important things in there.
Yeah.
I would.
It's like,
There's no way I'd put anything in there now that's that's important.
so I the repairs are being flagged up here. It doesn't look like they're gonna be cheap, but it looks like something you can pull off, you can spend, you can spend on, but not too comfortably. Like you'll still feel like it's like,
It doesn't.
you know.
It doesn't have to look
Mm,
luxurious. It's not like,
right.
oh, I want to make it like a living space and it has to be, beautifully plastered walls and beautiful kind of cabinets or anything like that. It just needs to be a secure building, secure from the
Right.
weather. Yeah, do you see what I'm saying? It's not anything about luxury. It's just more about
Yeah.
security.
So
Yeah,
that's the thing, though. It's just that there is a chance that the expenses will be more than you're like mentally comfortable
right.
with, based on your projections of future expenses, maybe,
Yeah.
But I'm not seeing them as exorbitant either. They're
Oh,
sort of
okay.
midway. They're in the uncomfortable range. So you got Seven of Wands upright.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's like these beams, they're imposing a burden on you. You can take them, but it's a take on the burden, but it's a bit of a struggle.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
yeah, it's yeah, I mean this is belaboring the obvious, but yeah, it's something that has looks like it has to be done out of your own pocket, you know.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I'm not saying you're getting help on this one. Yeah,
No.
yeah. So, all right. So the biggest advantage.
Oh.
Oh, that's interesting. I love this.
Let's hope my dog doesn't bark. Yeah.
Wow. I mean, there's so much silver here and overlaid with gold.
Wow.
I think this is saying actually, yeah, it would give Gretel the physical and the mental space to kind of move beyond those moments of impasse, creative impasse that she finds herself at because of the spatial situation,
Yes.
you know? And it's sort of again, it's that the message is coming that it will give her a space of internal, like withdrawing into that internal imaginative space, you know? Um yeah, so normally this is yeah, this card is in this position is normally like well, I'll just stop saying that, but I'll just let you look at the card. Two of Swords upright.
Oh, okay.
Look at how like the swords are resting on the moon, and then her head, her individuality, her imagination is like filling up the sky. But
I
then her
loved what
eyes
you
are.
said about the silver and the gold, because if she can kind of get on top of everything, she can branch out more into sort of gold stuff,
Yeah, and the precious stones also, the blue, the
Yeah.
stones as well, right? But I feel like the swords here are opening a space for her, like for her head, to kind of yeah, just have more room to wander, and it especially needs that room because that kind of creative work really needs. It's like kind of writing a great novel. Like it needs a lot of undisturbed not meditation, but like withdrawal into the imagination. You know.
Yeah, yeah,
Um,
yeah.
so I think that's better. That's better than what we got for the bicycle shed for sure. You know. All right.
There's
So.
definitely room
Mm,
in that
mm,
shed. That's
mhm.
the shed next to the bicycle shed has got a lot more room in it to really clear out the conservatory. It's
Mhm.
just that repairs seriously would need to be done to make it suitable. But it does sound like this would actually solve the problem. So
Mm.
Gretel could have the conservatory, properly.
Yeah. Mm. I don't know.
Mm.
I mean, it's also possible that the bicycle storage space wouldn't have that earthy quality. I mean, and there's an earthy quality that comes with a properly like an individual building. It's
Yeah.
wooden. It's kind of like more natural. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't. That hermit reverse feels patchwork to me.
Okay.
You know. So anyway, so the general verdict. Okay. Hmm. Honestly, neither of these solutions is ideal.
Okay.
Okay, so this is what this is telling me is that it'll make her feel like happier than she currently is, but short of something that would have made her a lot happier. And I feel like she'd probably end up like enjoying it for the first couple of weeks and then feeling like no, I need more.
Oh God. Okay. Yes, I can relate to that.
So, would you say comparing the possible space you could make in the building with the possible space you could make with the bicycle area, are they the same or is one greater than the other?
Well, the thing is, either way, with the question that I've asked you, Gretel still remains in the conservatory. It's just there'd be more space in the conservatory if I spent the money on the building, because then I think I would have room for everything to come out of the conservatory pretty much, apart from Gretel. So she really would have that conservatory to do whatever she wants with, really.
Mm-hmm. But in terms of like storage area, like if you expanded the bicycle shed and if you built the bicycle storage area and if you built up the shed properly,
Yeah.
would they have the same space for the to transport what's in the conservatory? Would they have the same
There'd
space
be
or?
more space in the shed than in the bicycle shed.
Okay.
Yeah. I definitely would be able to fit pretty much all of it into the shed, but not necessarily the bicycle shed. But I could get I think I could get quite a bit of it in the bicycle shed, but not all of it.
Okay. I mean, this is a generally happy card, but it came up in reverse.
Okay.
Got the 3 of Cups in reverse.
Oh, okay. Okay.
About this.
I'm thinking though, once she's got, you know what I think that is saying is once she had let's say I went with the shed option and got it weatherproof, and I just took everything out of the conservatory and stored it all in this shed, feeling safe that my stuff would be just as safe there as it had been in the conservatory. God, this is so boring for people to listen to. But I feel that then once Gretel's got that space, she's probably then, this is what that 3 of Cups is, wanting to then decorate the conservatory, because that it's not just, it probably wouldn't be good enough for her just that she's got the space. She'd want shelves putting up, she'd want it painted, she'd want the floor redone. That's what I think that 3 of Cups in reverse is saying.
It makes sense because the advantage is, I feel like this is giving her the sort of productive inner space and freedom of inner movement that the reversed hermit is not giving her. So I mean, I would go with the spending on the shed.
Yeah, I think so. And then somewhere down the line, she can maybe pay for herself to do up the conservatory, however she wants to do it.
Yeah, but, and you get to keep your space for your bicycles too.
Exactly. Because we're always out on the bicycles.
This was challenging. This was a challenging reading.
Oh my God. Well, thank you very much, Khalid. That was really interesting. Thank you. I apologize to anyone else if they think, oh my God. Thank you, Kevin. Oh. So, Dean, did you want a reading?
I don't have a specific question.
Oh.
But I could come up with something.
Do you want to carry on, Khalid?
Yeah, sure.
Is that all right, Sharon?
I don't really have a question.
Maybe Sharon's not here.
I'm on mute.
Have you got a question, Sharon?
Not at this moment, but I do know that when Paul comes in from his appointment, I'll have to be absent for a little bit.
Okay, so I mean, do you want to just a bit of general?
Well,
Dean's gonna come and.
All right, awesome. Okay.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. Stop it.
1 minute, sorry.
Hello. Hi, Dean.
It's still on mute.
Hello. 1 minute. Sorry. Hi, Dean. Hi. 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 Hi.
yeah, I can't hear you. Let me see what's going on. Oh yeah, you're still on mute. Dean, you're still on mute.
I'm on mute now.
There
Ah,
you
good, good. Okay,
go.
now I can hear you. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I don't really have a specific question, but
Mm.
I'll just give an imaginary scenario.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say I was going away on holiday or somewhere, and you said, "Have you got your sorry?
Come out, Jazz.
Have you got your toothbrush? Have you got your trousers? Have you got your umbrella and things like that? What do I need to be thinking about taking? Everything seems to be perfect at the moment, so I'm thinking, is there something missing?
Okay, so
You
there
know,
is a particular place you're thinking of visiting?
a particular what? Sorry?
Place you're thinking of visiting now?
No, not at all. Everything. That's just an example of. Is there anything I'm missing? Is everything just seems to be perfect, and that's pretty rare in my life.
Okay, so is
Things
the
seem to be
question you're
okay.
posing theoretical or?
Yeah, just theoretical. Is there something I'm missing? Is something I need to be thinking about? That
Oh, okay.
there
Okay, so
isn't anything.
it
Yeah.
doesn't have anything specific to do with travel then.
Oh
Okay.
no, nothing to do with travel. But if I need
Okay.
to take a thought with me, what is there anything I need to remind myself about?
Okay. All right. So okay. So this is going to be a two-card reading. So the first card is going to be asking, what is it that you would do well to be mindful of about your life?
Yes.
Okay. And the second one is going to be why. That's it, as simple as that.
Yeah. Perfect.
Okay. All right. Here we go. What is it that Dean needs to be mindful of to feel like he's done mm, done right by his own life? Okay, that's it. What does he need to be mindful of? And then why? Why that particular thing? All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 8. All right. Okay. So this thing involves a woman. She's a very dynamic and creative woman, very energetic. And there's something about your life story and her life story that's taken her down a bit, kind of in terms of like her usual level of creativity and energy and dynamism. Um, and this is what came to me, like basically Queen of Wands reversed.
Ah.
Yeah. So I feel like there's a question you need to be asking yourself, which is, how is my life intertwined with the life of this woman? And how have my struggles, how are they involved? How are my struggles involved in her own life journey? And her successes and well, days of success and days of struggle, right? So that's what I got for what you need to be mindful of. Okay, it's definitely involves a woman for me. Okay, so why? Oh, this is interesting. Hmm. Okay, it's actually for pretty positive reason because this is telling me that both you and this woman, you both have actually a lot of productive potential that wasn't you weren't you weren't blessed with it so that it could be wasted. Like part of your calling is to manifest what you're actually capable of, to tangibly manifest that creative potential that you're capable of, but also to give her the room and the energy she needs to manifest the creative potential that she's capable of, right? So I feel like there's a lot of time that was lost that could have been really put to use manifesting your creativity, both of you. You're manifesting your creativity in tangible ways, and you could have done this together, cooperated together. Cooperation is coming across as well, and this is the reason why the relationship between you and this person is being flagged up.
Ah.
What card's
Three of
that?
Pentacles upright.
Three of Pentacles upright.
Yeah, they're very positive, creative, and it's like it's a maestro kind of energy. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, both of you are capable of a lot. It's just a question of actually giving your potential the time and commitment that it needs to manifest. Yeah.
Thank you.
So you're welcome.
Marvelous.
Je ne sais pas. You can't be seen.
That's all right. I'm here.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm somewhere around Saturn, but there's my
somewhere around Saturn.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So
That was
I can do one more. Sorry.
Sorry, the deck was very, very beautiful, actually. I've never.
Yeah, it's called the Gilded Tarot Royale.
Ah.
I have a review of it on YouTube if you're interested.
Yeah, I'll watch it. No, I can't. I don't have Wi-Fi. I will watch it, but not tonight.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool, awesome. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah. So anyone else? Sharon? Sharon, are you there? I think she's gone. Maybe is Paul come? Maybe Paul has come. Yeah, it looks like it. Okay. So I'll be right back. Phone call. Oh, but that was not at 9:47 though. Okay. So I guess should we just leave it here then?
Yeah, I think so. No, I think that you did some really amazing readings, Khalid, as always. So thank you very much.
Thank you. You're welcome.
I will be sending you the bill for my shed.
Oh God, man, you're hilarious.
Yeah, no, that was really, really helpful. So thank you very much, and thank you for coming, everybody. And
thanks for having us.
Oh, and we've got the Ogam trees on Saturday. We've got a 6-month course on Ogam tree healing, and each month, this is with Thomas Marty, each month there will be a different tree for people to kind of like learn the medicinal qualities, the magical qualities. He's doing meditation with it, so it's just going to be something really, really different once a month, and it starts this coming Saturday, the 7th of August. If anyone watches this and has missed it, you know, if you pay for the workshops, they will be recorded, so you would have access to it. So yeah, that's coming up next. So
yeah, just take the opportunity, because you know the workshop series idea is great, and Thomas is just so gifted in so many in so many areas. I mean, he's a
Yeah.
shaman, he's a druid, he's an energy healer. So definitely will enjoy the series.
Yeah. Marvelous. So thank you, Khalid, and speak to you
You're most
soon.
welcome.
Okay, bye for now.
Bye.
Bye.
Take care.
Bye,
Bye.
everybody.
Bye, Kevin.
Bye. Goodbye, Kevin.
Bye, Kevin.
Bye, y'all.
Oh,
Bye,
bye,
Sharon.
Sharon.
Sorry, my husband had come home. Sorry.
Yeah, it's fine. Take care. Bye bye.